Come with me, my friends, and I'll show you. Look, I'm running out of space in my little micro farm here, and I'll show you one of the solutions that I've got. So one of my biggest problems here in this small space is I've got so many plants all growing flat, and I'm not taking advantage of my vertical space as much as I could. That's why I'm really stoked to have the Airgarden. Now you can hear it still going off in the background there, and who knows, I may get a few more of these yet to set up and fill up this space here, because what I want to do eventually is be selling to restaurants like I used to do in the past, but I want to do it more sustainably. And one of the things about the Airgarden is it uses less water. Now, water consumption was always a big problem with me, especially when there's drought. As soon as there's not enough water, and I'm just using lots of town water and chlorine and things like that, I just wasn't really happy with the way things were going. And it was also just not really long-term viable, because Australia, look, we're an arid country and we need to save our water. Now there's currently 75 litres sitting in the Airgarden, and I think that will last me around about 6 weeks. I'll let you know how that goes, but I'm super excited to get these going. Of course, I'm still going to be doing my soil. I've got my fruit trees, my avocados, my Brazilian cherries, all different types of things growing in the ground. They're going to stay like that. But a lot of plants are going to be moving into the Airgarden and going vertical. So super excited. Now I'm losing my voice again. Getting a bit tongue-tied when I get super excited. And look, you just got to keep an eye on the vlogs and keep following along. But anyway, look, we're going to be showing you real shortly the progress of this, because that's what this video is about, showing you over the week how fast these plants grow. It's going to be insane, I reckon. Been 5 days now, guys, since the last part of the video where I shown you the plants in day one. And I tell you what, I'm getting some growth. And I'm also going to let you know about the excitement that I'm getting from having a new system such as this. Well, I've got to say, I'm not watering every day. It's really blowing me out. I just hear it turn on and off every 15 minutes. I'm getting this nice sound of having a fountain nearby. I can even hear it from my bedroom when I'm sleeping at night. It is sort of noisy. It wouldn't be the perfect thing to film in the background when I'm here if it's turning on and off. But to be honest, I don't really mind. And I'm starting to see some accelerated growth now that the plants are getting some roots out of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around here and show you some of the plants and how they look after day 5 since planting it out. Let's have a look, shall we? Now look at this guy. That is a space saver cucumber, and it's looking really great. I'm going to have a look over the side here now, over the tomato. Wow, he's doing pretty good too. You can see the size difference in my finger here. Pretty happy with that so far. You can hear it going, the tank. What we'll do is we'll pan around a bit more. You look at another tomato. Now this one isn't as old. It was raised a bit later as a seedling. Look up here. Hang Kong above. Let's have a look at that. Looking pretty nice too. Nice edible leaf that you can use as a lettuce substitute in summer. Loves the heat. Semi-aquatic plants will do really well in here. And we'll go up and have a look at some of the plants above. Basil at the top's a little bit tricky to see because of the light. Might get a better shot on this one here. They're starting to get some roots in them. And down below, people would think this is a spring onion, but it's not. These are garlic chives. So we can get a shot over the top there. The garlic chives. More tomatoes growing out of the side. Pull it out here and give you a look at the roots coming out of the bottom. Look at those roots. They're falling into the water system that's trickling down through below. That oxygenated system and just getting fertilized now. So the more roots it gets, the better it's going to grow. what we'll do is we'll pull the roots out from this one down below and have a look. This is one of the most productive ones so far, and it's a dwarf cherry tomato called a patio. And yeah, we'll get him out and have a look. You can see a nice healthy root system there. If you look down into the system, you can see the water flowing through, right? That's touching those roots, oxygenating it, and giving it all the minerals and nutrients that it needs to grow into a healthy plant. And because it's white, everything's white in the background, it's reflecting all the light and helping the plants grow and photosynthesize. Down the back of the system, some basils here. They're going to move around to the front. I'm going to twist them around. But they're doing pretty good. Let's get the basil out of here and have a look at the root system on this as well. Here we go. Nice healthy root system starting up. Lots of little plants there. The purple basil's pretty hard to see because of the black, so that's a bit tricky. And the jalapenos, the seedlings are a bit older, being a bit younger, so they're not really taken off yet. Not sure about the strawberries though, the black strawberry. I think that something's going on there. Need to check that out a bit more. But what I'm really happy about is this space-saving cucumber. Now that's exciting. So it's been 2 weeks in. The air garden just turned itself off, so we don't have the noise at the moment, which is really cool. And I said that I'd be filming in a week period time to show you, but I just thought, you know, it's best to wait until around about 2 weeks, because when the roots start getting into the system, then you can really start seeing the accelerated growth that they're getting from the oxygenation hitting as it's spilling down from the top over that root zone, sitting in no medium whatsoever, not even sitting in water like hydroponics normally do. Now, being a soils guy, I'm still getting my head around it, but I'm actually enjoying it so much. I've bought 2 more. Now, they're going to be in addition to growing a lot of food here for my place, for food security, and for drought times when we have drought and we can't grow as much food. I want to cover myself with food security for that, and also be able to still sell produce, because when I'm selling my compost and it goes into drought, it doesn't do as good. People aren't gardening as much, so I can actually work on these and get food out to people. I'm covering myself for a bit of a safety net, really, because Australia, man, we have some really nasty droughts here. As you may know, if you're living overseas and you've been watching any of the news, or you live in Australia yourself, you would know exactly what I'm talking about, right? But look, the tomatoes, they're a patio tomato, which means that they actually get short and stocky. They're determinate, so they'll only grow for a short amount of time. They won't vine right out, and they will hopefully cover the system quite well. What I'm going to do is move them around, the plants, into the other air gardens and start sorting them out. Like, I'm just so stoked about how thick the stems are and how big the leaves are and how healthy that they look, and the space that I'm going to be saving here in my small little garden is just going to be absolutely crazy. Now, I know it's a bit of an outlay, but I feel that it's very well worth it. And, you know, to be honest, in a year's time, you could sell one of these, again, get half your money back, and you've made a profit just in the food, even if you just don't want to have one, because you've just grown yourself a ton of tucker, as we like to say here in Australia. So let's have a bit more of a look at the plants and a closer view at the air garden and see how it's going. So I've got a lot more content coming up on the way, guys, about the micro farm here and the extension of it and where it's actually going to. It's really exciting to see something like this. They really just don't exist, small little micro farms like me. I'm really lucky that I've got the good support of the neighbours around here and that the people actually want to buy my products. I feel truly blessed, and I'm really stoked to set up my 2 more of these, so keep an eye out for that and what's happening here on the micro farm. It's pretty exciting times, and I'm just stoked that you all come and watch my videos and give me the support. I'm really appreciative, so thank you very much. Times have been a bit tough lately, but they're getting better, and we'll see you at the next video real soon. Bye for now.